All right, so the second part of solving equations for a given variable. All right, so the perimeter P of a rectangle is given by the formula P equals 2L plus 2W, where L is the length and W is the width. It's asking me to solve that formula for W. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write P equals 2L, okay, plus 2W. And now I want to get this W by itself. So I kind of cover it up, and I think to myself, how do I get rid of plus 2L? Ava, how do you get rid of plus 2L? Minus 2L. So we're just going to subtract that. So those cancel. Now, remember, I still have this like covered up. Okay, so P minus 2L, I can't combine that. So I'm just going to write P minus 2L equals 2W. Now let's think about this. Well, again, I'm going to continue covering up that W. How do you get rid of times 2? Nate? Times. Divide. So now we're going to divide each thing by 2. So that gives me P over 2 minus, well, 2 over 2. Those reduce to just L equals W. How? How does it help you? Okay, well, Nate wants to know, how does this help you in life? Well, Nate?
We're going to get jobs.
No. At some point in life, you may need to fence in your yard, okay? Let's say you live in Median, okay?
Yep.
And you have some fence that is like leftover, or you want to buy like fencing from Facebook Marketplace, okay? So they're going to tell you, yo, I got 300 linear feet. And you're good, Mike. So they're going to be like, oh, I got 300 linear feet. And you're like, well, I want to fence in my whole yard, but maybe I can do something with this. Maybe I can't fence in my whole yard, but maybe I can just create a dog run for my dog, because that's really what you need, right? So what you could do is by doing this, you could figure out, hey, well, in between my house and Median and my neighbor's fence, I need to close off, right? I might know that width. Now I got to figure out how long can I make it, or how wide can I make it. So by doing this, you could say 300 feet divided by 2, well, that's 150. Minus my length in between my, say, house and fence, say that's 30 feet. But you could say, all right, well, 300 divided by 2 is 150, as I said, minus the 30, that's 120. Now you know you could run your fence 120 feet, okay? And you would have enough fencing. Here's how you might do it without this. Mike just starts putting in the fence, right? He's like, no, let me put this fence in. Let's see where it goes. And then guess what? He probably builds the whole fence and gets to the end and realizes, ooh, I don't have enough fence posts for this. What do I do? So that, yeah, but then that's more money you have to spend that you didn't plan on spending. So that's why we have these. I get it. It's not 100% like you're definitely going to use this. But that's an application where it comes in handy. And how do I know that? Because I had it. I bought some fencing and I had to build a fence.
You did.
Yeah. And I used this. Now it says, use the rewritten formula to find the width of a rectangle with a perimeter of 19.2 feet and length of 7.2 feet. All right, that's kind of weird. But what that might be is, say you're running baseboards. You guys know in your house, like the board at the bottom, it's like this tall, it's white. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? See how this like changes color right here?
Yeah.
This is like your baseboard in your house. Okay, it's made to make the bottom of your house look fancy. So say you have a baseboard that you're running, okay? And you know the width or length of your room, and you have to find the other dimension. So here it says, all you're going to do is plug in 19.2. So we're going to do 19.2 divided by 2 minus my length, which is 7.2. And that's going to equal my width. So 19.2 divided by 2 is 9.6. Minus 7.2. Well, guess what? It actually turns out you're putting baseboard in your closet. Not my closet. My closet ain't 7 feet long. Somebody got to walk in the closet. All right. Other examples of formulas that you'll use. D equals RT, dirt. Do you know where you use dirt all the time? Grace, have you ever heard of dirt? D equals RT? What if I said distance equals rate times time? You heard of that?
It's like Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt. Now, here's a little bit of side note for you guys, and those of you at home too. What's the big thing you guys get next year that you're really looking forward to? Big thing.
License.
Your license. And you're already 16? You're 16?
Isn't she 16 though?
I would know.
I'm not going to be 16.
But let's say D equals RT, distance equals rate times time. You're going to get your license. Notoriously, boys are known for, do you know what they're known for, Mrs. Simone? Speeding.
Yeah.
So, you guys, Mike, do you like going to basketball games, football games? What kind of games? You like Penn State? You like Penn State? Mike's going to go to Penn State. And to go to Penn State, he needs to get on the PA Turnpike. Do you know what they were going to do on the PA Turnpike? They're going to issue a ticket. Here's how they're going to do it. They know where you get on. You get a ticket. Or your Easy Pass gets clocked. So they were going to find out where you got on. And then they know the exact distance to where you get off. Because you get a toll, right? You have to pay to be on the road. So you know where you got on. They know where you got off. They know that distance. Now, here's the sneaky part. Well, it also registers your time. Easy Pass records your time. Your ticket is time stamped. So what were they going to do? Why am I telling you this? Well, Mike's got a bit of a lead foot, okay? So they were going to take the time you got on the turnpike. They're going to take the time you got off. Well, they know your distance that you went. I just told you that. And now they're going to find out the time it took you to get there. And if they do the distance divided by the time, guess what they get? Your speed. And if it is more than what the posted speed limit sign was, guess what they were going to do, Mike? Getting the ticket in the mail.
They would never give me it.
Oh, no, they would. They'd be like, yo, sorry. It's like red light camera. That's where that came in. So that's where it was coming from. That's why they were doing it. All right. So this formula is really big. This is why they kind of, like this one's used all the time. Now this guy down here, do you know what this converts between? Have you ever heard of C's and F's before? What if I said Celsius and Fahrenheit? You've heard of that temperature, right? Now, have you ever gone overseas to a different country? Do you want to? You do? Where do you want to go? Europe? Africa? Asia? Europe? Do you know they measure their temperature in Europe? What if I said, the temperature is 30 degrees in Europe? What would you pack? Sweatpants, sweatshirt. Guess what you would actually probably pack? All right. Well, you would actually probably pack like a t-shirt and shorts because of the conversion. Okay. So in Europe, they use Celsius, which is, here, if I plug in like 98 degrees here, if I do 98 minus 32, 98 minus 32, I get 66. And if I do it times that by 5 ninths, I get 36 degrees. And I asked you 32. Wouldn't you probably be wearing like t-shirts and shorts in like 80-degree weather? Now, how would you feel if you showed up in Europe with a bunch of sweatpants and sweatshirts in like 87-degree weather? You'd be a little salty. You gotta be kidding me. Okay? So that's why these formulas are important. Okay? So this guy's important because he's the one that's telling you if you're getting a speeding ticket, you need to keep working on your math test. Unless you're all done. All right, just shut it down. Get out of your notes. And this one tells you what to pack when you go to Europe. That one's area. It's very important if you're learning to be like in the lawn care, painting, things like that. But I don't know if you guys are. But this one, I equals PRT. Kitty, do you like money? Occasionally, I like money. This one's about interest. And this stands for the interest you get equals your principal times the rate, which is like your interest rate times your time. And that's the one that's like a big one that you guys don't even know you love yet. And here's the one piece of advice I'll tell you, okay? Are you paying attention? Right, this is one piece of advice. Take it and trust me. In a long time from now, long after I'm done and retired, okay, you'll be, Mr. Harmon's pretty smart. Invest your money early.
That's what I was thinking.
Invest your money early. Here's why. If you get 5%, let's say 5%. You want to scratch it. Let's say you get 2%. 2% is not a lot, is it? All right. Let's say when you are 22. Now you invest $10,000, right? Instead of buying a car, you invest it in whatever. Sound good? What age do you retire? Do you know?
60 something.
Julie, Jules, what age do you think you retire?
I don't know. It depends.
Pick an age.
What range?
No, pick an age.
I don't know.
Just pick one.
We'll go 70.
70. Okay, it's a little bit, probably past the age of retirement, but it'll serve the point. Here you go. You get 2% on your investment of $10,000 every year. You don't touch it. So if you do $10,000, not 10,000,
Yeah, let's test that.
10,000 times, let's see, it is 0.02, right? 0.02.
Yep.
Times, well, now if you retire at 70 and you invested at 20, that'd be 50 years, right? So on your $10,000, guess what? You would make $10,000, so you would double your money. But that's not the way it works. This is simple interest. The real formula is PERT, P-E-R-T, with a little bit of this guy right here. Ready? Interest equals P-E-R-T. And this is why I'm telling you this. So that's simple interest. It's like basic stuff. You're not basic people. Okay? You guys are working in the compound world. So really what you do, watch this. Ready? 10,000. E is just a button on here, so I'm just going to hit that button. Your rate was 2% times your 50 years. Okay? Forgot an extra zero. Guess how much money you're going to make now?
Good amount.
So you started with how much money?
10,000.
10,000. Do you want to see how much money you'll make in interest?
It's going to be like 300,000.
What does that say? 27,000, right? Plus your 10,000 that you invested, correct? So that $10,000 you invested turned into $40,000. So you quadrupled your money. So my moral of the story is this: the more you invest younger, when you're young, that dollar that you put in then is worth $4 when you get out. Make sense? Now, there's ways to make more money. Of course, you could lose some money, but long story short, invest when you're younger. All right, so let's get to these examples here. All right.
Oh, I thought you with your mask on.
No, that's one. I've already caught you twice. So
Uh-huh.
you own a rectangular lot that's 50 feet deep. It has an area of 100,000 square feet. To pay for a new water system, you are assessed $5.50 per foot of lot frontage. Let W represent the lot frontage. All right, find the lot frontage using the formula A equals LW. Now, do you know what lot frontage is? Lot frontage is this. You know when you pull up to your house, that side of your house that you see, it's the front of your house. That's your lot frontage, okay? So what I need everybody to do is I need everybody to draw your rectangle. And this is going to represent kind of like your house. Now it says you own a rectangular lot that is 500 feet deep, okay? So like if my street is here, right, this is like my front. So this is the depth of my house. So I'm going to write 500 feet. Now it says it's 100,000 square feet. That's my area. How do I get this?
Divide the area by the.
Guess what you just did? You took this formula and you said, oh, hey, if I just do area divided by my length, so to say, well, that's going to equal my width. So 100,000 divided by 500 is W. What does that mean?
Like 20-ish.
Right? It's 1,000 divided by 5, which is 200. Now, do you know what that little symbol means, that little tick mark? Feet. Two means, you know what two little dashes mean? Inches. That means feet. Two of them would mean inches. So we have my lot frontage as 200 feet. But that's not really what I'm after, am I? I'm after how much is it going to cost me, right? So if it costs me $5.50 per lot frontage, now I'm going to do 550 times 200. Not 1,500. Watch this.
Oh, I see.
It's going to be, I'll just give you the answer. What is that? 0, 0, 11. It's going to cost me 1,100 feet to put in that drainage. All right. You deposit $5,000 into an account that earns simple interest. That's at I equals PRT. All right. After 6 months, the account earns $162.50 in interest. What is the annual interest rate? First off, 6 months is how much of a year?
A half of the whole year.
Oh, half. So interest says I equals PRT. So my interest is $162.50. My principal, that's how much I put in there, is $5,000. My rate, well, I don't know that. That's what I'm after. See? They're asking me, what is that R? Now my time is, Mike said, half a year. Now, why did I put in half a year, not 6 months? because it's an annual interest rate. So I get 162.50 equals 2,500 times R. Because half of 5,000 is that. Divide by 2,500. And what do we got? Well, everybody should be doing this. You all got phones? What you got? In math class, you all need a calculator? In general? Grace, did you get it? Yeah, you got 0.065. Now, are interest rates given as 0.065? No, they're written as a what? Percent. What is that as a percent? Well, it's easy. 1, 2. 6.5%. Last one, further down, and I'll tell you about what we're doing tomorrow. A truck driver drives an average of 60 miles per hour while delivering freight to customers. So basically, this would be like Nate driving a truck. You'd be flying down the road, just throwing the stuff out the window. They catch, toss it out, like my UPS truck. Yeah, you guys seen those? The Amazon people that just launch the stuff, and you're like, bro, that had like my crystal ball in it. Thanks. All right. On the return trip, the driver averages 50 miles per hour due to the construction. The total driving time is 6 hours and 0.6 hours and 0.6 of an hour. I don't even know what that means. How long does each trip take? Wow. It's a rough one. But do you know what we're missing that'll make this problem a little easier? Starts with a P, ends in picture. I know, it's a real barn burner. Picture. All right, Mike. Now, do you take art?
Not me.
I was asking Mike.
Mike, will you take art?
No.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, you do.
All right, look, truck driver.
I wish I did. Shocking. What
It's
is
a
that?
good truck.
Wheels are the only thing.
Right there, you hit on the truck.
The wheels are the only thing.
Yeah, let me see your truck. Let me see your truck, Picasso. Come on, no, on your paper. I'll come back there. All right, look, here's the truck driver. Going this way, 60 miles per hour. And he gets there. Where does he get? I don't know, some house. Okay. Some house with an end door. That's the way it came out. Now, drops it off. Okay, and it's coming home. Drives home 50 miles per hour because he hits a traffic light, right? You know, that's what we got going. Now we know the whole trip took 6.6 hours. Well, obviously it took us less time going there because, you know, we were able to drive faster. It took us longer going home. So how do we do this? Well, in the first one, the first diagram, that's D equals RT, right? Now we don't know the distance. I'm going to call it x miles. So x equals my rate, which is 60, times t, which is my time, right? You guys got that?
Yes.
So let's pay attention to that. It took me some amount of time to go at 60 miles per hour to go x miles. Right? And I haven't done this problem, so I'm just walking through it. Now on the other side of this, to go home, which was also x miles, it was 50 miles times a different t. That's why it's in rev. Right? We got that? You guys see that? Now, we know that the black t plus the red t is equal to 6.6, right? We're all good with that? Okay, you getting all this stuff?
Take them a while to draw that truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have been done. I'm not in the half.
Oh. Nate, what are you doing?
He's looking at
Nate.
Oh, you
You saw the first one?
oh, that's the second one?
All right, here we go. So over here, let's do, because x's are the same in both, let's figure out the t. So x divided by 60 equals this t. So x divided by 60 is going to go there. Over here, the red t would be x divided by 50. So I'm going to write that there. And that has to equal 6.6. And this is a good one. I like this problem. Now, to get rid of divide by 60, divide by 50, I'm going to multiply the whole thing by 300. So that's going to give me 50x plus 60x equals, Nate, you follow along?
Yep.
1980. That's a good decade. So that's going to be 110x equals 1980. So x is going to equal 18. Now that I know it's 18 miles, I can plug that in, and I can do 18 divided by 60. All right, and I can do that, and I'll get my answer. You guys all good with that? All right, what time is this over? 12 o'clock?
Yes.
All right. Let me stop it there.